Hey, what up guys, Able2 Music here, and today I'm talking about SoFaygo. So back in 2020, SoFaygo kind of had a hit called Knock Knock. It gained a lot of popularity through TikTok. He has almost 200 million streams on it, which is hella good for like a new artist. Especially for an artist his size, that's good for an artist in general. As of right now, I kind of feel like SoFaygo is really in his like transition type of phase. He's really trying to go from underground to mainstream. But he's not underground and he's not mainstream, so that's what I'm talking about, like kind of like that middle level. Like he has one song, and to a certain extent it's kind of a TikTok song, if we're being honest. I like the song, and I think SoFaygo's team did a really good job at pushing that record. He has a Lyrical Lemonade video that has like 52 million views on it, which a music video for it alone was just good, because for the people that don't really pay attention like that, especially like to the underground hip-hop scene, and maybe they only heard the song on TikTok, it gave them a face to match with the song. So before Knock Knock, SoFaygo would put out like songs pretty consistently, like a lot of singles, and in 2020 he dropped 2 projects. He did get signed to Cactus Jack, which is big for really any artist. And I will say I see a lot more promise in SoFaygo than some other artists that were quote unquote signed to Cactus Jack, or I guess rumored to be working with. And the way they basically debuted Don Toliver was a good ass way. And on top of that, that song's fire. Like people didn't know who it was, but his verse was so good, people wanted to know who it was. But obviously there's also Travis Scott on Cactus Jack, because he literally is Cactus Jack. And Check West is probably their least poppin' artist on there, but I will say he isn't even like doing terrible, especially since he's been working with Dreamville. But anyway, SoFaygo seems like he kind of fits Cactus Jack, but since they signed him, he hasn't really done much. Now a lot of fans kind of speculated that because of what happened at Astroworld, that might have held back like him from releasing, because anything associated with Travis Scott at that time is just, Travis Scott did not have a good look at all to be doing anything. Like Travis Scott could switch the way he breathed at that time and people would cover it. So SoFaygo got kind of a buzz around 2019, early 2020. I feel like 2020 was his grind year, and the next year, so 2021, could have been his year he actually got pushed through to the mainstream. And that kind of sounds like a plan a label would have, but obviously more in depth. Usually when an artist grinds like that, the next year you can kind of predict that they just pop off. But also for a new artist, you really want to strike when there's that attention on you. For example, Yeet. He was known in 2021, especially in the underground, but he really didn't blow up till like late 2021 and basically 2022. Now SoFaygo did release an EP, so I will give him that. Now how his fans feel about the EP, I don't really know. All I do know is just anything that's going to happen feature wise and stuff like that isn't going to happen until the album. So a lot of his fans really want the album, and understandably so, because like I said, he went from dropping a lot to literally not dropping at all, other than the EP and I think a single. So it was just a drastic change for his fans. A lot of people were kind of like trolling him and kind of turning on him, saying he waited too long to drop his album, which there's a limit for how long he can wait. He is waiting longer than most artists, if we're being honest. Because people that did wait to drop for a long time, like Namir, shit flopped. Ugly God, and I'm not even dissing Ugly God, I fuck with Ugly God, but you know, just that type of situation where they waited a long time to drop. But I think he'll be fine, just because people don't really know SoFaygo like that. Like I said before, he's not mainstream, but he's not underground. But anyone that has hated on him will probably listen to the album when it comes out, which by the looks is like October. Also, he hasn't had any crazy first week sales or any first week sales, so any number he really gets will be good for him and will kind of set the tone for his next projects. Now if he sells like 4K or less, then like there might be some issues there. But he has to have Travis Scott on the album. Like Travis gave Smoke Purple feature, like he definitely can give his own artist a feature. Or SoFaygo could be on Utopia. As long as he gets some type of support from his team, I think he'll be fine. As long as he gets some support from his team, which he definitely will, and just drops music that's good and his fans enjoy, he can definitely be another solid artist for Cactus Jack. His debut album will really decide where his career goes. Just like any artist like first album, it really like sets the tone. I think people talking about his album alone shows that he's still around, and people are waiting, but since he's new, people aren't going to be waiting that long. So if he does drop in October, I think that would be good. The only thing I could really think of is a Love Letter 2.5, because obviously a Love Letter 2.5 will easily outsell SoFaygo. But at the same time, SoFaygo and Trippy, yeah, they're similar artists, but they're just different tier artists. He does have a little to live up to since his fans been wanting the album, but I think this album is really meant to push SoFaygo to the mainstream, just get him known, just get him up a level. Also, I think after this album, he shouldn't really take that long of a break unless this album's just that fucking good. I would say he just needs to put in that work after this album, because he could really take over next year if he really wants to. But this album, like I said, will set the tone. We would just have to wait and see. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like if you did, and honestly, just let me know what you guys think of SoFaygo and if you're gonna listen to his next album. Alright, I'm gonna go eat my fucking Subway. Peace.